Alrighty, and it is now 6:05, so I will get started. Good evening, everyone. My name is Jerica Lighting. I'm a Deputy Project Manager with Griffin and Strong. We're a law consulting firm down in Atlanta, Georgia, and we're conducting the disparity study for Cambridge, Massachusetts. This session here, which is our public hearing, also known as our community engagement meetings, is a chance and an opportunity for us to learn about what is happening truly in Cambridge and within the procurement process from you as firm owners, as company leaders, and those within the community. So we really hope that this session here, you'll have your candid thoughts, be open and honest with us about your experiences, your testimonies, any trials and tribulations that you may have, or even any things that you see are positive within the procurement process that Cambridge is having with you. I would like to note that this meeting is recorded and it will be hosted and published on our website. So that way, just in case anyone else who is not able to join the meeting will be able to listen on and to hear as well. I would like to also state that if you do have some comments that you feel you don't want to have be public, you would like to be more anonymous or close to yourself, I will make sure that I leave the study email within the comments as well. I go through those and I read those, and those are also added into the anecdotal chapter as well. So just in case you don't want what you're going to say tonight to be that public, you can write it within the email itself, and that will also be able to be included, but a little bit more anonymously. I do have a small presentation that I'm going to start off with, just in case you all haven't joined us within our previous meetings of our public hearing or within our informational meetings, just so you can get a little bit of a gathering of what it is that we're looking to do within this next year that we're within Cambridge. But after that, I really won't be talking too much. I really will have the floor be open to you all to tell me your experiences and your testimonies and your personal time trying, wanting, or attempting to do business with the city of Cambridge. So with that, I am going to share my screen. And I'm going to start my presentation. I hope you all can see my screen. All right. And we will begin. So just a little bit briefly about Griffin and Strong PC. So once again, we're a law and public policy consulting firm based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and we specialize in disparity research, contract compliance, and supplier diversity implementation, really truly helping our clients implement our recommendations into policy as well afterwards. We believe that what really makes us unique is that our team is full of experts within their own right and with their own field, and those being gathered here allows for us to give unique and strong recommendations to our clients. Our team includes 5 Juris Doctors, 2 PhD economists, a PhD in social psychology, and a PhD in anthropology. And we do love to note that none of our studies that we've done in the past 30 years have been challenged in court, although we have some of our experts who do go and support other studies who have been challenged, but none of ours. So the big overall arching question that you may have is, what is a disparity study? So a disparity study is an objective research tool developed by the Supreme Court that determines, are there disparities within a government agency's procurement process against certain groups? Typically, those certain groups are race and gender, but we also within Cambridge are adding veterans into that model as well. And it further determines how large those disparities are with using statistical significance tests, and make sure that anything that is caused by that gap is determined by race and gender of the firm owners themselves. The findings that we have from the disparity study will then give us recommendations and a baseline on what really truly our client can do to remedy those disparities that are found, if they are found. And we really truly hope, and it is our goal, that any of our recommendations that we give over to the city of Cambridge, if they are accepted, will be implemented as policy to once again revert any of those disparities if they are found. You may also ask yourself, why are we doing disparity studies? Why, if we know that there may be discriminatory practices or revenues that we need to correct, why can we not just do them? This comes from the factual basis that we have to have from the City of Richmond versus J.A. Croson case, which allows for the strict scrutiny for race-based programs to be applied. Also with Adarand, that same motive of using strict scrutiny has also been applied to federal programs as well. So anytime that you're going to have a race-based conscious effort to remedy in any of your programs, you have to have a disparity study done to ensure that there really truly is something to be addressed. With our strict scrutiny for that, we have also, once again, a factual basis within our evidence, within our statistical model, as well as our anecdotal model, which is why you're here with us today. And then our methodology has to be dictated by case law. So what has already been said and also been predicated for us, we have to follow that as well. For gender, we use more so of an intermediate scrutiny based approach. But also, again, these recommendations that we give have to be narrowly tailored to avoid over or under inclusion. Because in the eyes of the court, over inclusion is the same, right? And really truly does affect someone's 14th Amendment just as much as under inclusion. So we have to make sure that what we recommend to our client can be based in this factual predicate. To give you an overall view of what the study process is going to look like for these next couple of months that we're within Cambridge, we first start off with our legal analysis. So we look at what are the case laws that are already happening within the circuit that Cambridge is in, and we look to see what has been found, what has been done, to see if we can have really truly a legal approach in which way we can have those remedies be brought to us. We do a deep dive into the policy review as well. So what is already written on paper? What is the staff doing? Does the staff also understand what it is that they're supposed to be doing as well? Sometimes we find within our policy interviews that things are said to be done one way, but that's really not how things are followed within the staff. Are these models and are these policies even understood by the staff? And are they actually implemented into the daily process for the client? We look into that very deeply to see if there are any things that can be recommended there to make sure that we are promoting inclusion with all of our steps. We do a deep dive into the collecting of data from the city. So we really do look at any of their payments, any of their data, anything that has to do with them giving out money to see who it is that they are already promoting and who it is that they're already doing business with. So that way we can really truly make sure that there are people who are need to be included. We have that information with us. We do a relevant market analysis. So that really looks at where is the city spending 75% of its dollars within a radius. We kind of approach that by widening out. We start within the city and we widen out. And then that goes through industry categories, which is like construction, things like that. And also by race and by gender. So that way we are able to say that in 2017, X amount of dollars was spent in construction, and we can be able to see where that money is going and where it has been spent within the study period of 5 years that we're looking at in Cambridge. We do a utilization analysis and a threshold analysis as well. Utilization is to see who is the city already using for their work. Who are they using for their goods? Who are they procuring already? And who are those firms that are within those seats? We also do a threshold analysis as well to see, are there differences in the level of contracting? Are firms having difficulties getting smaller contracts and larger contracts? Or is it a certain number that we see that our minority and women-owned businesses are struggling to get into and break into? That gives us a more detailed way of not just ways to give recommendations, but the ways that the program can be more effective to smaller and minority-owned businesses as well. We do an availability analysis as well. So this looks at not just who's being used, but who is ready, willing, and able to be used by the city for the type of work that they're looking for. These may be firms that are not quite yet in that barrier and have been able to do work, but are there to do so. And we want to make sure that they are included and counted for as well. We do a disparity analysis as well. So that takes your utilization, so who is already being used by the city and who can be used from that availability, and compares the two. It gives us then an index and also that statistical model as well. Because once again, if there is a disparity, but it's kind of small, we may not be able to recommend race and gender conscious remedies. We may have to do race neutral and gender neutral depending on. But if there's a large enough disparity, it may be a factual predicate for us to be able to recommend race and gender conscious remedies to the client. We also do a private sector analysis as well. That looks to see, are there other barriers that may be in the way of why certain firms are not able to procure work through the city. So look at credit markets, how long they've been in business, the education level of the firm owners and of the firm's company as well, to see, are those anything that may also hold a barrier to the clients as well. We also do what's called a regression analysis as well to see if we hold for all things and make everything equal but race and gender, do we still have a disparity? Which once again will help strengthen that idea that we may need to have race and gender conscious remedies towards our client. We do an anecdotal evidence and collection, which is a part of our public hearing tonight, where we gain information from you as within the ground, from the community leaders, from firm owners, from those who may be doing business or may not be doing business. Because once again, within Crozon, there has to be a desire from the community itself to have this change and to have a disparity be addressed. So we can't really truly get that addressed without your help and without your voices giving us what you really need and what you would like to see from the city. It also helps us give our final reports and our findings and our recommendations. We make sure that those are really unique and tailored towards what we hear from our anecdotal evidence and what is also thus then can be supported through our statistical models as well. So where you are needed. Once again, we have a couple of things that go on within the anecdotal process. These public hearings right now are a part of it as well. So we have anecdotal interviews that are going to be conducted. So you may get a call from our subcontractor, Mr. Jose Perez, asking you to conduct the interview with him. We're more of a one-on-one basis where you tell him, he asks certain questions to you. You tell him your stories and your experiences. We have our survey of business owners that's going to be launched this week. So that, once again, within that relevant market, we release it out to all firm owners to see what is really being happening in the area correct in itself. We hope that you will participate when you see the link for that. If you could, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes for you to fill that out. Public hearings, which was this week, so October 25th, which was Tuesday, and then today. Well, once again, we're hearing your testimony, we're hearing your candid thoughts and your ideas and what you really have been happening within the area of Cambridge. Then we're also going to have focus groups as well, similar to our anecdotal interviews, but smaller groups across demographics to see are the themes and the ideas that one firm may be feeling are the same that are happening across the board, really to give a better and a deeper understanding. We also do organizational interviews as well. Once again, there may be firms who are able and willing to do the work, but are not really truly certified, may not be on the list, and may not be really looked at by Cambridge. We want to also hear from those firms as well to know what are the barriers and what are the process and how can we make the process better for them to enter into the marketplace as well. And once again, we're always here with us on email and social media and any of your comments. So once again, in that email, because once again, a lot of this is kind of public and forward facing, you can always comment and ask questions and give your testimonies there. You can always find us on our social media as well if you need to, which I believe will be on our very next screen. So once again, we ask that you be vocal throughout this anecdotal process, complete the surveys, because once again, that helps not just infer for the anecdotal, but also within the private sector. Some things about financials are also asked within the survey of business owners. If you're contacted by any of our subcontractors, we ask that you really do participate within those focus groups and within those interviews. Come to our public hearings, which you are here with me tonight. And then any comments that you have, you can leave them right here, which is at cambridgemastudy@gspclaw.com. And once again, I'm more than likely, I'm going to be the one answering that. So you'll always be able to hear from me if you need to contact me. And then these are our social media, our Facebook, our Twitter, and our website. And then down below as well is the study website as well. Have some of the frequently asked questions, more detailed information on what it is that we're looking for within the study. You also get to know the study team as well. And we host on not just that, but the survey is going to be launched and have a link there for you, as well as all of these meetings here. You'll be able to go back and view them if need be, or if anyone ends up missing them as well. So that is Cambridge MA DisparityStudy.com. And with that, I will stop sharing as soon as I can find my button. And I will now open up the floor to you all once again to hear your candid responses, your experiences, your testimonies, things that you would like to see better, things that you believe that the city is doing that you love, that you're a part of, and that you agree should be maybe promoted more. I want to hear any and everything, but this is recorded once again. You can go ahead at this time.
Hi,
Hello.
can I start?
Yes, you may.
Okay, great. So my name is Megan Tompkins. I'm a principal at CBA Landscape Architects. We're located in East Cambridge. We're like a really, really small design firm. Um, we do a ton of, and our like bread and butter work is like parks and playgrounds. So like we design, maybe like 60% of our total work for the year is going to be parks and playgrounds. So we work for the city of Boston, all these other cities around, around Boston. So Somerville, Chelsea, Everett, and then a bunch of little towns too. Traditionally, the city of Cambridge has not hired outside designers. They have designed in-house. Lately, they have hired a few outside designers, but they're like the Starchitect, like old white man designers. Not to be like too, negative or whatever, but they're like the famous designers. And we would love to work in Cambridge. Cambridge does have a current RFQ out, but reviewing the city of Cambridge's standard contract, there's like a sort of aggressive, what's the word? Sorry, I have it on my other screen. Like accounting controls requirement it's a lot for like, and it's not included in any other contracts in nearby cities. It's explicitly like a lot of requirement for us. And like, because this is a current RFQ, I have posed the question to see, what the city says. But, within the RFQ, it's stated that the design, if the designer is hired, they need to, meet the requirements, and it's above and beyond what any other local city is asking for. Oh, and we are a WBE. I know I didn't add that at the beginning, but so we are like a women-owned business. We're really small. We're 8 people. We compete against firms that are like 100. Like it's different. We don't have a marketing department. All these things. But that, I know that's kind of like run on, but that is why I'm here tonight. Because if there was any flexibility, I mean, maybe there will be flexibility. I guess we'll find out. But and we would love to find parks in Cambridge, but this may be the thing that prevents us from doing that. So
Thank you so much for participating. I am writing down notes as well. So if you do see me look off to the side, I'm taking notes, just in case some things that you may say we've heard over before or maybe kind of unique. I have that written down, so in case when my chapter writer needs them, you have that to listen to. Well, thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And anyone else, you don't have to raise your hand. You can just freely speak. Just make sure that you're off mute, because that happens to us all the time. But once again, any and all things, good, positive, things that you would like to see as well change. That's really what this moment is about for you all here today.
Hi, my name is Laura Dinsmore, and I'm the founder and CEO of Quadrant Health Strategies, Inc. And we have Cambridge as a client, City of Cambridge is a client of ours. And we also have other Cambridge businesses as clients of ours. We do a lot of different things for occupational and environmental medicine, including ergonomics, which we do for the City of Cambridge. What we need, we are a woman business enterprise as well, a WBE, and we have difficulties with parking. Here to get into a garage, sometimes you have to have a monthly membership, And just trying to park at the meters is very difficult, especially in the winter. And sometimes the parking people, you're right there to put money in the meter and you're trying to feed the meter as often as possible. And they give you a ticket anyway, just because you're like 2 minutes before the meter expires. So my team, physical therapists and physicians and nurses all say, we want to do more business with Cambridge, City of Cambridge, but where do we park? How do we get there? And getting our car towed, it's impossible to figure out where it is and how to manage it. So I don't know if this is appropriate for this meeting, but we are a minority business and we would love to do more business with the City of Cambridge. And maybe you can help me out with this or not, but if there's a plan in place to help companies like us be able to park and do business in Cambridge, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, participant Laura. What else? Once again, you don't have to raise your hand or even come on camera if you don't like to. Perfectly fine by me. Really just want to hear your voice. Really want to hear what it is that you would desire. Because this type of meeting here, we take back to the client to let them know. So there are things, any barriers that you feel that you may have, things you've been wanting to let the City of Cambridge know, this will be your opportunity in your space. So please feel free to speak at any time.
Hi, I'm Giselle Michel, and I'm the president of iCatalyst Consulting in Boston. And I've actually done some, let me just say, my company focuses on organizational development, process improvement, and employee assistance, workplace development. I think for me, it's really about the breaking into the Cambridge community. A lot of times these kinds of projects are led via departments, and relationships really matter at that point. And so I'm also a certified minority business owner, certified women-owned business owner. So, the literature suggests that the city wants to do business with us, right? But trying to really break into the circuit, as I call it, is where the rubber meets the road. So for me, that's really my comment on tonight's conversation.
And if you could, what would you like to see? What's making it difficult for you to break in?
Like everything else, it's really about relationships. Our business is not based in Cambridge. So again, not that a business has to be based in a city for business to happen. I think some of the two other speakers, I don't know whether their businesses are in Cambridge, but I didn't necessarily get that impression. But other one said she was from East Cambridge. But all that said, I think the idea of facilitating more transparency and kind of building relationships with some key key holders, door holders, I don't know how to say it. It's not a straight line. It's not a straight line. So I'm not sure what would change that, or how that might be affected. In fact, that's one of the reasons I came tonight, because I wanted to to see who might even be here from the city and get a name and follow up and that kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah. So for these meetings, they typically don't, people from the city typically don't like to be at these meetings, just in case that, you know, they may induce bias or have you not speak as candidly as you want them to because they're here.
Sure.
But once again, your comments, as long as you're speaking freely, are taken back to them. And also, you know, ways for you to break into the business and within to the marketplace. That's what our experts are for. So even if you don't have the answers, we'll be able to have those recommendations for you. Absolutely. But we need to
Right.
see what it is that you say is difficult so we can make those changes. So thank you.
Sure.
Absolutely. Exactly what we need. We have time. So once again, you don't have to necessarily raise your hand if you don't like to on the feature on Zoom. If you would like to just turn on your mic and speak, that'll be perfectly fine as well for me tonight.
Hi, this is Mike. I'd just like to ask, what percentage of Cambridge's capital projects is going out to minorities or diverse businesses?
That information, I don't know. Unfortunately, we are, once again, we're collecting all of that data, and we will soon analyze all that data, and that will be released in the report itself and within the appendices as well. But as of right now, I don't have that information.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. So Ms. Tisha, if you were going to speak, you sure may go ahead. I saw your mute button come off for a moment. Well, we do have time. Once again, make sure I'm not speaking over anyone. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, if you have any experiences of trying to do business with Cambridge that you would like to share, we'd love to hear how that process went for you. Are there anything positive that you enjoyed about working with the city of Cambridge? What attracts you to the market? Anything like that would be really helpful for our anecdotal collection process.
Yeah. Given the role that women take on in society, work-life balance is especially important. Why does women work for you?
Only 4 women. We have a lot of men that work with us, but we've given the men we've given them time for their paternity leave when their wives have babies or if they need, adopt, they have situations where we've given them.
I think Mike's phone is unmuted.
Be.
Stuff, which is working out great because in the past we didn't do that, and a couple.
Hey, Mike. Okay.
There we go. Didn't want to intervene with whatever private conversation he was having. It was pretty interesting. Well, since I'm already off mute just for a moment. Hi, good evening. My name is Tisha Hood, and I am the founder of Breadcrumbs Creative. It is a service-based facilitation, coaching, mentoring, and creative strategic direction agency. So I have been fortunate to collaborate with the city of Cambridge. And to point to what Laura was describing, it is true. There's one element of creating relationships, but there also is another side in terms of being active in finding out of opportunities and different events and different experiences that Cambridge offers the community and be advantageous. That's how I was able to sort of, in a way, and I know this was one of her attempts tonight, and seeing if there was someone here from the city to create a connection and continue the conversations. But from my own personal experience, that is something that has worked with the city of Cambridge. But I do feel that I want to ask a question about online digital based businesses or structured businesses, as well as sole proprietorships, myself being one. However, the clients and other small businesses that I advise, the majority of them are small businesses. They are in the upstart stage, less than 2 years. I like to say new to 2. And there are opportunities that can be limiting in terms of some accessibility, and wondering if there's a space for those 2 parts of the question, those that identify as online digital based businesses, small businesses, and those that identify as solopreneurs, but sole proprietorship structured businesses. So wondering how to expand some more of those types of opportunities and looking at the different requirements that are necessary to receive any type of support or expanded resources that exist for those outside of those parameters.
So having more of a space for digital businesses to really truly compete within the market is what you're looking for, what you're desiring from the city. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because unfortunately, I'm not really here like to answer questions tonight, really truly to hear from you, but from your question that you asked me, I can see what I can get back to the city in that comment within there too. There's no problem.
Great, thank you. That was the intention of the comment / question.
Yes. Yes. Any comments, any questions? Because once again, the things that you tell us, we didn't even know about digital mayhaps, right? Those are things that help us really truly make those recommendations that are unique to the city of Cambridge and really address the needs that you feel need to be met. So hearing any and all of your experiences is perfect for us as well tonight. Okay, I have some new individuals joining. Hello. Yeah, I do have a few more new people. I will say good evening once again. This meeting is being recorded, but once again, we do ask that for our newcomers, if you could really speak freely and candidly about your experiences in Cambridge in doing business with them or attempting to do business with them. That's what this meeting is for tonight, to have your perspective really be heard and to give that feedback to the city of Cambridge on what you would really like to see within the procurement process. So positives, negatives, things that you would like to change, and things you've experienced or even heard. We really would love to hear those tonight for those who are new with us. So thank you for joining. And you can speak at any time as well. You can use the raise hand button on Zoom. I don't even know where it is, but if you see it, you can use that, or you can just freely be off mute and you can speak. Hello. Oh, yeah. Yes, we do have time. I'm here with you all till 7. So anything, I will also, once again, I'll put our email in the chat for the study, just in case there are comments that you feel that you wouldn't like to share within for this public of an area and of a space. You can be free to share them there. Those comments and questions also do get added to the study as well.
Hi, this is Laura again, Laura Dinsmore. I just wanted to say something positive. So yes, parking is a real problem, but we love working with the city of Cambridge. I mean, everybody there is very welcoming and they make the process to work with them very easy, at least for us. And what we do for them as well is we look for grants so we can get free monies to go ahead and do training, especially around ergonomics, health issues, wellness programs. And they have been very, very supportive of us. So I wanted to throw in that positive, as you know, as much as underscoring the need for better passes or something for parking. If you're a client of the city of Cambridge or working within the city of Cambridge, it'd be great to have some place for us to park our car that will be safe for us and not have to worry about having to go out and feed a meter or getting towed or if the parking spot is not cleaned up in the wintertime. But we do enjoy working with the city of Cambridge. Thank you.
Thank you. Participant Tisha, I saw you raise your hand. Go ahead.
That wasn't a hand raise, that was a clapping.
Oh,
To echo Laura's positivity and good vibes about Cambridge, because I echo that 100%. They are wonderful to work with. Very true.
thank you. And I will also share our website as well. Yeah. So once again, for those who are new, I do see like 1 or 2 new names. This meeting here is to hear about your experiences and your testimony of doing work with Cambridge or desiring to do work with Cambridge, because that will really truly is what's going to drive the heart of the study for us and really make sure that there are certain things that we really need to pay attention for, even in policy, online, things like that. Any and all things you can comment on this evening with me. And I'll be sure to make sure they're added into the study as well. We really do appreciate it. There is no more. I will also, like I mentioned, we do have our survey, which is out, that survey of business owners. That goes out to everyone within the relevant market. And since you all are here with me tonight, you get to be able to have it first. So I'm going to drop that link as well into the chat. So that way you can take that and hopefully participate with us. That also gives us it gives us feedback and insight into the barriers that you may have as a business owner or as a firm or company within the market area within Cambridge. So hopefully you do fill those out for us. Right. And with that, before we do depart, participant Joanna, I do say that you are just joining us. You really have, oh, perfect. You've already received a survey. Good, good. They did release it. But just in case you didn't see it, I'll give it to you as well. Thank you. Oh, good to know. You received it. It makes me happy. Yes. Ms. Joanna, if you have any testimonies or any experiences that you would like to share with us at this time, that's really what this meeting is based around. It's really hearing from you as a firm owner or company owner within the area in Cambridge and the barriers that you may be facing or the experiences that you're having. Okay. Seems like I've gotten, and you've all spoken. Yes, you all have spoken to me, and you've given me your feedback. I do want to also emphasize once again, if there are anything that comes to you back to mind or any comments that you want to give anytime throughout the study period, please feel free to email that over to us. Once again, those comments also do get added into the study and taken in for recommendations as well. And so with that, I will stay on for a few more minutes, but if you would like to be dismissed, you sure may. I thank you once again for coming out and being here with me tonight. It really means a lot to me and to the entire GSBC team, as well as to those in Cambridge who are really wanting to push for a disparity study and to have more inclusion. So thank you all for being here with me. We'll keep in touch.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Have a great evening. Yes, I'll resend in everything. It may have disappeared. And I will also drop back in the email for you as well. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. It means so much to us.
Thank you about that. All right, have a good night. Thank you,
Everyone,
Jerica.
thank you. No problem at all. Thank you all for
I
being
can
here.
come on screen now.
Hello.
So thank you.
You're welcome. Yes,
All
I'll
right,
be
have a
able
great
to
night.
keep in
Bye
touch
now.
with everyone. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course, of course. Bye.
Bye. And for those who are still on with me, okay, I will be ending the meeting and recording here. So thank you for enjoying me with tonight.